Alright, so we are back, and we left off right before the break. The sun was just dawning, and Felleran rushes into camp out of breath. And Lafdul and Yeldan, you are the guys on watch right now.
Yep.
So are you guys together?
I imagine we're
separate.
We're separate.
Probably.
We're in the same
This...
view. We can see each other because that's how I would set it up. Like every
we would be
every
separate.
watch person can see as the other, like another watch person within sight. Kind of.
Okay. He
is this
rushes
after
up to
Braxon's
Yeldan.
woken up?
No.
Okay.
It is literally just as the sun is dawning. So
Gotcha.
really early. He rushes in. His wings are flapping strenuously, and you hear him before he pops into view in front of you. And he says, "We found them, but somehow their wizard was able to see my invisible companions. We had to flee after we lost a few more. I don't know what they were doing, but they were in the forest. This was yesterday. We had to keep low. Somehow their wizard was able to see us." He's trying to catch his breath now.
Okay, come. We have a general map, right, somewhere
No.
of the area. I figured we probably put together what we.
All right, we'll wake everyone up. We'll go and investigate.
Well, I'll give him and I'll ask him okay, where did you encounter them?
He says it was just past the big hill, to the west of it. They were camped yesterday. We were trying to watch them, but somehow the wizard was able to see us. And sorry, we've been flying around trying to keep hidden. Every time we go back, the wizard was able to spot us again and point us out to his companions. They definitely couldn't see us, but there were a lot of arrows flying.
Yeah.
Braxon comes out getting his clothes on and says, "Felleran, are you okay? Do you need any healing?"
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Lafdul.
How about your companions? Are they okay?
Those who are still alive are okay. Yes.
Oh my
How
god!
many did you lose?
Which way is west on the?
It's
West. That way.
yeah, left.
So this is the big hill he's talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
So
somewhere around there.
So somewhere around here, yeah.
We can't afford for your people to be killed off. You better pull back.
Oh, we did already.
Yeah.
Literally get them to come to us. We'll protect you.
We got.
We're pretty confident that they wouldn't be able to find where we live, but we're not going to be able to follow them anymore. If they can find us.
I guess we should go and deal with them since we've finished resting.
Please, if you got any companions, come in, have some food and drink and some rest.
I came alone. Everyone else is back at our camp. They're not going to be leaving again, though.
Yeah. So the wizard has the ability to see visibility. Now, I don't recall ever saying that was in spell book, so he might have another spell book.
How many of them were there, Felleran?
Oh,
10.
there were over 20.
And these are the good ones.
Do you have sleep ready?
Level doesn't have well, she might have some combat spells, but
No, I was thinking.
Isn't Levi asleep?
you would have been woken up.
Yeah, everyone's been
starting to
woken
stir.
up. It's fine.
Okay, so actually, Levi doesn't have sleep. No,
I
she
thought
never
you had-
chose.
You don't have that one prepared. I thought you had that because you got it.
Nope, I never chose it.
Well,
Alright,
the barreled
well-
darter's only halfway ready to go. We can go have a pop at these 20 guys.
I say we take them.
Do we have any AoE a bit
I've got a silence. I've got hope. I've got spells, so to speak. Lafdul would say some spells.
G-Man, have you moved away from your microphone or something like that? Because you feel quieter than you were before.
Yeah, you're steadily getting more and more quiet.
There, is that better?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say, what I was saying was, how many possible demi-humans do they have? How many, like, half-orcs and half-ogres?
He isn't gonna know.
Human.
There were some that were bigger than the others. That's all I can really tell you. Maybe a third of their number.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, so a third can see in the dark.
Were
Possibly.
I
they
don't have
moving?
darkness spells.
Were they moving in any direction, or are they just camped out?
You have silence ready, Lafdul?
They were camped yesterday, but I don't know where they were. It looked like they were getting ready to break camp when they started attacking
Right.
us.
Okay, which way did you think they were gonna go?
I couldn't tell you.
They were
Okay.
fleeing for their lives. They're not gonna watch to see.
Yeah, well, that's fair. That's fair. If they're not there anymore, do you think you could show us where they were, and then I might be able to track them?
I need to rest a bit. However,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
So here's the plan. We're gonna, because since
Why
they
don't-
were on this, they were around here, this side of the hill. I'm thinking come in like this. So if they're heading towards where we went, we'll possibly run into them.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye out. We don't want to pass. We do not want them to pass us and hit our camp while we're not there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So what I'm thinking is we'll take longer than normal to like keep an eye out, go wide so we can't possibly miss them.
Well, there's always a chance we could miss them, but we'll minimise the chance.
Can. And go to where they camp, and if they went in a different direction, great. We track them and we try to take out the wizard at least. Lafdul has silence ready, so if it comes to that, Lafdul do like silence on an arrow, and
They know we've
shoot
got casters, so they're gonna prepare for that.
Yeah.
Yes, but silence is a priest only spell, right?
Yeah.
He's not gonna. He's a wizard, so he won't have that. And we're gonna definitely has a secondary spell book because I didn't see. Leva didn't say he had the ability to see invisible.
If I
Okay,
see
yeah.
a wizard, I'll probably drink the potion of invisibility while silent, and I'll try to take him out.
That's a great idea.
I was thinking.
I can't think of anyone better to do that than you, Lafdul. But
Alright.
if he can see
He can
Featherend's
see
people when
invisibility,
he's invisible, he might be able to see you.
All right, that idea goes out the window.
Not
That's why
necessarily.
rather
Not
than-
necessarily, because if he was sneaking up on them, he might have been seeing them and pretending not to see them to lull them into a false sense of security. So if you know that he can see you, but the people defending him can't see you, you still might be able to get close enough to him to do something.
what I was thinking, instead of casting silence on himself, cast it on him.
It can resist.
He can't, or cast it on like one of my, cast it on an arrow and shoot it at him.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
probably cast it on an item. Just
So you basically disable his spellcasting until he realizes what making it happen.
Yeah, we've also got other people to take out. Who have we got?
Well,
Who have we got that we know about? We've got to take out.
we
and
got
if
the
we got
guy with
anything-
the guy that was wielding that halberd, the wizard, and at least one other dude. Those were the 3 leaders that got away.
There was a
that I
priest,
know.
wasn't there?
we killed the priest.
We killed the priest.
We know at least
So
only
there's-
one of them is a spellcaster. So I
So
think
the
we
guy
should
with the
prior-
halberd, that's going to be the job of me and Ockar to get rid of him.
Well, someone should
I'll
be
try-
guarding Lever, though.
Yeah.
I'll try. I'll hang back and try to take out the wizard from a distance using my bow.
I do have a spell. I do have a scroll with minor spell turning. I still have the transmute rock to mud, and I have the scroll with mirror images.
Mirror image might.
So
I Here's a question for AuldDragon.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to use that Scroll of Seeking on some arrows, that's going to be cast at 10th level, so I do get the 30% miss.
Yeah.
As in, it'll fail.
Can you cast multiple? Can you like do the spell of seeking and then the silence spell on top of that?
Yeah, I assume so. If it works.
I was wondering if there's any advantage to stacking multiple spells on a single item.
I assume we can't assume that they are evil, can we?
The
enemy
leaders at the
detect
very the leaders at the very least might.
Oh yeah, they were evil. Lafdul would tell you, because I used no alignment on them.
Because I have a scroll protection from evil that we could actually apply to one of ours. One of the
Doesn't-
fighters, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Put it
I
on
don't
Braxon,
think
because
it's
Ockar's got
not.
the aura.
Yeah, Ockar is essentially already protected from evil.
Oh, okay. Good for him. But Braxon isn't, is he?
No.
No.
And the
And
elder?
Yeldan's planning on staying back using the bow. So
Braxton's got protection from treasure.
Does
No,
he
you
Treasure's got
know,
protection from Braxon.
You have heightened sensitivity to treasure because everything looks like treasure to you.
Could I say I've got more arrows back from this restocked my arrows? Because I have like not many.
Well, I mean, you use flight arrows, so there have been
Yeah, that's what I mean.
ample opportunities to get flight arrows.
well,
Yeah.
Yeldan's the one
Yeah.
who's running short because he's the Seraph arrows.
Yeah,
And,
no,
I mean,
just
you've gotten back to your
four-
ship, so if you guys have more
Yeah,
on the
that's
ship...
what I mean.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't know.
I-
Do you have more on the ship? That's the question.
Yeah, we got all the crew using shortbows.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just have 4 flight arrows on me and 10 silver arrows still. I don't know why I keep them on me.
Let's see. I have I got 3 setups possible: 10 Seraph arrows, 10 flight arrows, 10 magic flight arrows, 10 magic Seraph arrows, 10 fire arrows, and 10 silver Seraph arrows.
Don't forget about that candle you've got level that protects against magic and arrows.
Correct, yes.
You might want to think about using that.
Protection
I also got a candle that makes arrows into normal arrows and fire arrows. So that.
Can multiple people use that? Old?
What? I'm sorry?
The candle
candle.
that ignites arrows.
What do you mean, can normal people use it?
Multiple
No,
people use it.
multiple-
Oh, multiple.
You put the candle on the ground, multiple people will start using it. So I'd stand next to Yeldan and use it.
think so, but I think only I think you can only make 1 arrow per round flaming, so to a certain extent it doesn't
Oh.
really matter. If I remember correctly.
You don't want to
we
light a
haven't
forest on
tried-
fire anyway.
Yeah,
No.
he wasn't planning on using.
So also, quick note about that seeking spell. It doesn't make hitting automatically a success, but it does mean that it won't accidentally hit someone else, like, i.e. firing into melee.
Ah,
Yeah, that's what I thought it did.
that's useful.
So you still have to do a
Braxon,
normal attack roll, but you don't have to worry about other people getting hit.
Okay, I think I'm gonna bring my magic arrow quiver, or make my magic arrows the primary one, and then the rest are in my bag as stored mode.
Okay.
Braxon, before you storm into battle, come to me and I give you a shield that will protect you, sort of protect you against the enemy.
A shield? I don't normally fight with a shield.
No. It's like an aura, you know. It's it's like what you see around Ockar. I do
You
that for
can't
you.
see it. Just-
Is it a protection?
Oh, okay.
Braxton's staring at Ockar to see this aura.
It's invisible, you know. It's. Imagine
Right.
you are being embedded in some invisibility, in some
Lafdul can-
invisible shield around you, and
So you-
it's like a pillow.
So you can surround me with an aura that's the same as the aura I can't see around Ockar.
Sort of.
Got it.
I'm gonna.
Except it's mine. What I do is temporary and won't be renewed. But hopefully it will last long enough.
I'm gonna ask. Protection scrolls fighters can cast on themselves, right?
This is not a protection scroll. It is a spell scroll with the spell protection from evil.
Oh, okay.
So-
Cast
we'll
it
have to
near
cast that.
combat.
I'm just thinking timing-wise. If they start attacking us,
Well, hopefully we spot them first. Is the idea.
yeah. All right. If I've got time, I'll come to you, Lever. It sounds like
Okay.
a great idea.
Okay.
I've got a scroll as well that I may be casting on someone, depending on the situation.
Anyway, shall we?
I
Bill?
need to be in touch range.
Right.
I tell Braxon, you can't just run away because then I'd have to run after you.
Yeah. No, I understand this. I'm just thinking if they all start charging towards you to kill you, I'm gonna have to get in their way.
Okay.
So what you're saying sounds like a great idea, but if it's a choice between me getting myself protected and me making sure
Keep the
someone else doesn't
velocity.
get killed, I'll have to go.
Okay. I have a
Alright.
spell that makes a few copies of myself, and only one of them is actually me. So don't worry too much about me.
That sounds fun.
Very rigid.
Okay, so you guys gonna head out to
Yep.
the location? All right,
Yeah, and
Felleran.
we're gonna take twice as long. If they are heading towards where we're camped out, we're gonna intercept them, kind of idea.
All right, so you're gonna move slowly, rather than
Yep.
quickly. Okay. Now I will point out that you're actually moving at the normal pace that you were moving when you had Higgimus with you. Just FYI.
I
Um,
kind of figured.
All right, so
Like a dead guy who's down.
this is after you give Felleran some time to rest, and he's gonna like not take the lead. He's gonna stay back, probably with
Yeldan will
Lafdul
be
and
taking the
Yeldan.
lead then.
But he's gonna be directing you because his plan is to basically get behind one of you guys if things happen because he's now scared.
Yeah.
Here's a question to party. This might be a bit morbid, but Higgimus has got items. Do we use them?
Yeah,
Yes.
because our success is going to help us to bring Higgimus back to life. We don't get to steal them, but
Yeah.
we get to borrow them. And if there's
Does,
potions that will help us kill these people, so that we can get the weapons off the fort and then get back to Brow, that's gonna get us some money that will bring Higgimus back to life.
If I recall, Higgimus had 2 potions of healing, a potion of flying, and another potion of water breathing.
You're welcome
Well-
to speak up, Asher, and let them know what you had that potion-wise.
He did that
Yeah,
over the
that's right.
break.
Okay.
I also
Yeah.
had the cold resistance scroll.
Protection from
resistance.
cold.
and the ring.
That was a protection from cold scroll, I think.
Yeah.
What rings?
The water
Water-
walking one and the protection against, or not protect, well, resistance for fire. It's not protection, it's resistance.
Someone should take the resistance against fire in case they got a fireball.
You
He
should.
also has displacer beast eyes.
Oh yeah,
That's-
you kept that as a trophy.
Those really brought you luck in that fight in the stockade.
No, if you have 1 set of them, I gotta change it to 5 set of places. Dice.
Oh, no,
Braxon would trade them for a manticore tail, but nobody would let him keep it.
Lafdul will borrow a healing potion, so to speak.
Because you were disgusting.
Okay, Lafdul took one.
Does
of the healing
anybody
potions.
not have a healing potion?
Just one more on him. On his cold, dead corpse that you're robbing.
Lafdul has no qualms about it.
Neither does
Uh,
Yeldan. I was just asking, does anybody not have a healing potion?
So you might
Oh,
wanna-
what happens? What happens if Braxon has a ring of cold resistance and a ring of heat resistance? They don't cancel each other out, do they?
How many
Yeah,
rings
but
do you have?
sex.
2?
2 in this edition. Which makes sense. The idea is that you can't have multiple rings touching each other because they will cause an explosion or something like that.
No, they just stop functioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, the idea is that you can't have more than one per hand, but you can't get around that by saying, "Oh, it's a toe ring," or "It's an earring."
Okay.
Doesn't work that way.
What
It's
what
just two
happens
rings.
if you lose an arm?
All right. Braxon says
Then a
I'm-
toe ring would work, or an earring would work, because it's just 2 items. It's 2 rings. But
Braxon
you can't have
tells
more than 2 on
everyone.
the hand. Or more than
Braxon
one
tells everyone he's going to borrow Higgimus's Ring of Fire Resistance.
Alright.
Do you
I
have
don't
Yeah,
know.
that might be a good idea in
Hold
case.
that hand.
Oh, you'll love it.
Ease
Giff.
that off.
Braxon, you only have 1 ring right now, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
A Ring of Cold Resistance.
Yeah, that might be good in case the wizard turns out to have like a fireball or something.
Yeah, Fireball and a Cone of Cold.
Keep that in mind if you get hit by any fire spells.
Or cold
Yeah.
spells.
Unless someone objects. What you
I'll-
say, Laf?
I was gonna suggest that Braxon takes the other healing potion.
He's got my temporary one.
Yeah, that's a temporary healing potion.
Well, I mean,
And
but
having multiple.
I thought
that
you
means
didn't
he
have
can
one.
Drink. I have a normal healing potion.
Alright.
Braxon's
He can
got one of
drink
his
a
own.
temp- Okay, you have one of your own.
He's got one of his own left, but somebody should borrow it.
No, hang on, you've got a temporary and you've got a normal. What has Ockar got? Ockar's got a temporary. Does he have a normal?
I have a temporary and a normal.
Okay,
just someone just take it, and
I'll take
you
it.
could always hand it off to someone else if things get hairy. I mean, it's not it's not ideal, but you're never going to perfectly allocate these types of potions.
fine. I have 2 normal healing potions.
Well, Leva doesn't have a healing potion. Maybe give one to her.
Does she
All
not? Oh,
No,
well,
I don't.
Yeah, give Leva the potion now.
But
So
I have the ointment. So yeah, I'll take it. Then it's taken. Come on, let's go.
What's
Yeah,
that? What's that?
more valuable?
What's that weapon that Higgimus has got?
the 2-handed sword.
Yeah, it's a
to
great
us.
sword. Oh, it's a
It's a
great
two-handed sword, meaning that if you do not have proficiency, you take a -2 penalty to hit with it.
Right. But he gets some sort of boost out of it, doesn't he?
Have you been
But
paying
you don't
attention
know how
to
to
use
using the command word?
Been in enough fights.
Yeah, I think he shouts it every time. So
It doesn't
It's
necessarily
the
shout it.
power
You
of
could whisper it.
Keldor. I'm sure it's the power of Keldor, unless I got that wrong.
The power of Keldor!
no, it's just the name of the sword. It's
Draws upon the power of Keldor, or something. I don't know, something like that.
Can you
the
even
power
use
of
a great
Keldor
sword?
was the whole lot. That line
No.
was a parody of by the power of Grayskull kind of
But
thing.
it is a magical weapon, and it has the ability to grant you a bonus. So
Does anyone want to take that? Because that would be useful for someone.
I already
I'll
have
let
a magical sword, so
You're
Yeah.
better with your
Braxton already
Warhammer.
has 2.
I've got 2 magical weapons. I'm just wondering, seeing as these people seem quite hefty, whether it would be worth using Age's Burden against some of the
Yeah,
or
you keep with Age's
physical
yeah,
physical people to see if we can knock their strength down a bit.
that might be an idea.
That's
Just
up to
don't hit
Braxton.
Ockar.
yeah, might be a good idea.
Keep that hammer away from me.
Just imagine Ockar just falls over because he's got no strength left.
He also has that mace that can stun.
Oh, the power.
Oh,
of
yeah.
things.
Your paralyzing mace, I could use that.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah, okay.
stripping this guy.
I'll pick up the paralyzing mace since I can
Can I,
already use a mace.
Rumpus put on Higgimus's armor temporarily.
We'll get Runthus killed.
Yeah, Rumpus.
We're
Rumpus
gonna
will be
keep-
Were you
guarding.
going to
Runthus
take
is gonna-
Runthus with you to this?
No, Ruthus is gonna stay and guard the ship. in case
Rumpus is like
somehow
one of the
get
few
past
people
us.
that, defend.
Okay.
So he takes the armor and the sword or something. I
Do you
don't
want Keller to stay and defend? Do you want him to come with you?
Kellor,
Does
defense.
he
Well,
want to?
He wants.
Is he using? Is he just using his normal weapons, melee weapons,
Yeah.
or has he considered to taking a bow or something?
He doesn't have proficiency.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Keller stay with the group with the his
Yeah.
people.
All right.
It
That's
is
fine.
like 5 versus 20. Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Yeah. I mean,
We
I
gotta
don't want to
remember,
get.
a lot of those are one hit die creatures.
Yeah, but we killed most of the one-hit die creature.
Yeah,
You're
we killed
metagaming.
these.
Yeah,
Alright, yeah,
that is
well.
metagaming. But I mean, they could still overwhelm you. You know, you get surrounded, and then you're getting flanked. You're getting attacked from behind. You can't defend. You can't
Yeah.
use your shield against them. I could pull out the overbearing rules.
I was going to say we killed a lot of the weak ones. These are the people that were good enough to get away from us,
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
which is a non-metagamey way of metagaming.
Yep.
Fair.
Why don't we ask Kello if he wants to come along, or if he wants to help defend the ship?
Well,
we
I mean,
could
if
also
you
take,
if you
we
think I
could
can be
also take-
helpful, I'll come along.
we could also think about whether we want to take any of our archers along.
So again, with many of the NPCs, it's not a question of whether they want to come along or not. It's whether you want them to come along or not.
Yeah,
Well, here's the thing. I want to keep at the ship to guard the ship, because what I'm thinking is Yeldan wants to track them, right? So we can find where they're going to camp. Where they're camping, possibly. So that way, if we find where they are, we can go back, bring all our people to finish them off.
Yeah, but the fairies might die in the meanwhile.
The fairies are already hiding.
Yeah, they're not coming out. They're not helping anymore. Basically, is what
Mm.
Always got a Stellaran to tell us where they are.
Yep.
Yeah,
Braxon.
we're relying on them too much.
Braxon wants to kill him.
Yeah,
Well,
Braxon.
You want to kill Felleran?
No.
No, not
I'm
Felleran.
joking. I know. I'm
Felleran!
joking. I'm joking.
We're not killing Felleran.
I know.
Braxton wants to kill the
Yes,
slavers.
yes, I know.
Yeldan will point out, one, they probably have superior numbers to us. Two,
They do.
so rather than going in with the superior numbers, we bring the rest. Once we find out, we bring like a crew. If they're still in the forest, we'll have to go by foot. But if they're not, we could probably, even then, once we know where they are, we could totally just fly out like and hover or something, rappel down and attack them.
Do you really think that they stay there and wait for us
No, they won't.
namely when they realize they've been discovered?
Well, they might not.
These are
realize
clever
it.
people.
I would, in their place, I'd immediately look for another camping place.
Okay, well, you guys want to
Well,
go
I
there,
want-
so why don't
Yeah.
you get going? How's that?
Yeah.
Figure
Okay.
it out when you
Mhm.
get
Yep.
an idea of what you're dealing with.
Would a spyglass be good in the fight?
Not really.
Alright, just. I was
I have
thinking
one
that.
See
question
a lot of
for.
trees. Now, well,
But they-
real quick. I mean, if you climbed up above the tree line, then yeah, it might be useful, but you wouldn't be able to see things in the trees.
No, I was thinking with the fly potion, like you just hover over or something. Just look
Well,
down.
but see, I mean, again, it wouldn't help you see into the trees.
Yeah, never mind.
All right,
If
have you
someone
guys
should take
have you guys taken what you want from Higgimus's cold dead corpse?
Yes.
His cold, dead corpse.
I will take the potion of flight, but I doubt I'll use it. I'll take it anyway.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'll make good use of your mace and the shield that you gave me before this crazy.
All right,
Gloriana
checking all
gives
the
you
thoughts
dirty
of the
looks
character
as you're
sheet.
doing this. She's still praying over his body.
Well, I thought Runtis took all his stuff off so he could actually out and carry him onto the
We tell
ship.
Rumpus to use the armor.
We probably would have taken the stuff
Yeah.
off of him so we could get him onto the ship in the
Yes,
first
yes,
place.
yes.
So we're not taking it from
I
his
know.
corpse.
But it might be in
Yes.
the same room as his body.
The rings you are.
No.
Dynamic narrative.
We
All right,
probably
so
just
all right,
shoved the
it
stuff
doesn't matter.
into
You
a-
guys are
into
getting
the
underway.
cargo room.
Anyway.
All right, you're getting
Yeah,
underway.
Yep, let's go.
I need to stop rolling tens for random encounters. For crying out loud.
Is 10
Awesome
nothing
time.
or something?
Is lower better or higher better?
Lower's better. Well, depends on what you mean by better.
Better for the audience.
Better for
or
me.
better for us.
Well, it's better for me.
Let me know when to stop. I'm moving. Okay.
Yeah, just move down
Wait for him
to right here.
All right.
All right, so
Yeah.
you're going slow, and are you outranging ahead, kind of thing? No,
Yeah.
actually, Yeldan. Well, All right, so
Well,
Yeldan, you're
I-
outranging ahead.
Yeah, and then Lafdul or Braxon, whoever can be taking direction.
Okay.
'Cause I'm trying to range wide as well to make sure we don't pass.
Are
them.
you trying to move silently and hide in shadows?
Yeah, I would.
All right. What are your
Lafdul will
scores?
be on the other side, opposite side of him, so to speak, the other side of the group.
So my move silently is 55, and hide in shadows is
Hide in shadows is what? I'm sorry.
55. And I actually know minus 20% wearing the leather.
Give me the numbers.
Uh, 35. It's minus 20. It's minus 20 for the leather, right?
You should have it written down.
Yeah.
T-shirts. And 31 for hide in shadows.
All right. Okay. You get to the site of an obvious campsite before everyone else. You're a good 10, 15 minutes ahead of them, kind of thing. It looks like there's no attempt to disguise this. You see it well in advance, and there's no one around that you can see. You're taking precautions, staying behind trees and everything like that as you look around. And I just realized I forgot to turn off my air conditioner. And you can see some, there's garbage. There's an obvious fire pit has been made there.
It looks like they hastily left.
And hastily made it. They're very poorly designed. They're a place like you're looking around. You're like some of these spots that people clearly slept in were terrible. If it had rained, they would have gotten washed out and soaked and stuff like that. So pretty obvious that they just kind of like sacked down wherever kind of thing.
All right.
And it doesn't look like much was left behind that is useful. You're not seeing anything obvious. But
Okay.
it definitely looks like, people didn't clean up after themselves either.
Okay. Oh. Well, I'm waiting for the rest of the party. I'm gonna see if I can figure out where they went.
All right. You scout around the campsite, and it's pretty obvious that the large mass of them moved to the east-southeast. So, as far as you could tell, pretty much in a straight line back towards the stockade.
Okay, so they might be back in the stockade. All right, I'll wait for the rest of the party to catch up, and then I'll tell them that I think they might have went back to the stockade. We can go to the edge of the forest and have a look there.
That makes sense. They're probably going to try and make the building safe.
Well, they also might
we've
be...
got Keller with us, haven't we?
No.
No.
No?
No.
Damn.
We don't need him. We're just
Yes, we
this is a scouting party, so I'll say we'll have a look. We'll see if they're there or not, and if they are, great. We might be able to see if their ship has landed or not as well.
Oh, hang on. Are we taking Runthus to look at the catapults?
No, we're not there. We're not going to. We were like, we're gonna if.
No.
Okay.
Lafdul, do you want me to make you invisible so you can get closer again? So you
You've
could
got
have
the
another
spell?
look? I've got the one.
The wizard can see invisible though.
Yeah, the wizard
but
might
most
be
of them can't.
I'm not asking Lafdul to go there and present himself to the wizard. The wizard can't be everywhere. So
True.
the wizard probably won't be doing patrols because he's too important.
Yeah.
Right, no, I don't mind. Yeah, fine.
So I think I cast invisibility on you.
All right.
I've only got one of them, so that's it.
All right.
Alright,
what,
let me
we
let me
won't
roll a
be
wild
taking-
search. Hold on.
Come on, AoE.
Shh.
Yeah, it'll affect everyone then.
Shh. Nothing?
Yeah, he's invisible.
Okay.
Nothing discernible then.
Anyways, I'm not gonna take as we're not gonna take as long as we're gonna make a straight line for the fort.
You just tell me where you're going, and
Well-
I'll go ahead of the party.
I'll
Mhm.
not make a straight line, but follow the track. So
Because
if they end up at the fort, they end up at the fort.
Shall I go off ahead?
You may not want to walk in an obvious manner. You may want to hide a little bit.
Oh, I can't be quiet and be ahead of you. I need some distance ahead of you to be able to do that.
Mhm.
So
But
either
yeah,
I
I'm
go off
gonna-
ahead, like 10 minutes ahead of you, then I can do
Okay.
it stealthily.
Well, is the
Mhm.
point that you're going to the edge of the woods at first?
Yeah, well,
What's...
that's our plan.
We're heading down there, yeah?
Well, we're gonna follow the tracks. Tracks lead
Is
us
that-
there.
Alright, yeah, then I will be heading towards down there, yeah.
Okay, it's actually pretty obvious, so even without the tracking proficiency, you can basically see where they went, because a lot of people moving in one direction through woods.
Alright, and I...
So you're going to head out and...
Could I...
ahead.
Yeah, can I take my hat off and tuck it in my
There.
jacket to stay invisible?
Put it in your backpack.
Thank you.
Be on the safe
Yeah.
side. So yeah, you can
Well,
put it in your backpack.
I'd want it, if I knew I was going to get into a combat situation, I'd just plunk it on my head, basically. That's what I ideally want to do. I want it somewhere close by.
Yeah, but...
Can I hold on to it, or...
Yeah,
that-
I mean, you can hold on to it, I guess.
Anyways, we're there now.
Yeah, so, but you're getting there before everyone else.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I took
You-
the helmet so I could have listen checks if I need to.
Alright, well, you're too far away to actually listen if you're at the edge of the woods.
Well, no, just if something approaches me.
Alright, so you guys, head to the edge of the woods. Well, Lafdul gets there first. And are you just gonna wait and look? Do you want to wait for everyone else to come, or what? Right now, you can see some movement. There are some figures moving about, but you're not really sure what they're doing.
Where, what, at the stockade?
Yeah.
I will go up a bit closer. As long as I don't see anyone, I will stay at like 60 feet to 100 feet away.
Okay. Give me a second.
This is like long range observation, but I'm invisible and I know I'm going to be out of spell range.
Yeah.
As far as I'm
Once
concerned.
once we got to the campsite, I would have said to Fallon, if you want to go home, you can.
He's like, he says to you,
Probably feel safer with us.
yeah, no, I'll come with you. I'm just not going to be taking point, if you know what I mean.
Yep. That's fair.
Lafdul's taking point.
All right, so Lafdul, you are heading out, basically into the clearing area, heading towards the stockade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You want to hide in shadows silently?
There's no
No.
shadows to hide in.
Yeah,
Well-
I'm invisible and I'm just, I'm keeping a reasonably good
Silence.
distance away from people.
Well,
So,
that
no, I
and
wouldn't even need...
it's grassland, and during the day, there's no shadows to hide in.
Yeah, that's why I'm just keeping a fair distance while I'm invisible.
Although I
Is
should
there
say
anyone
it's
on the walls?
early morning. There are some people on the walls.
I'm just
They
gonna circle around and look at what I can see from the outside.
yeah. So all right. So you're staying about 60 to 100 feet away from the walls.
From any wall.
You can see some people walking around. Who had you seen before? Let's see.
I had names written down if you want leaders.
No, I'm just trying to remember who you personally saw. And
He saw the wizard, I think.
I saw the wizard.
okay.
I'm trying
So
to
you
think.
know who the wizard is, so you can
All right. Give me an intelligence check.
Oh god. Do you want a GM roll?
Yes, please.
GM rolls are the best.
All right. As you are walking around, you do see a figure that you think is the wizard talking to another figure on the wall. It's a figure doesn't seem to have a polearm. What weapon he has, you're not sure.
200, 100.
Whatever he is, it's whatever weapons he has. He's not actually holding it, and it's not like something sticking up above his head kind of thing,
Oh, strapped his back then.
or on his belt or something like that. You know, it's just whatever
No.
weapons he has. It's not an a big obvious weapon that would project out from his silhouette kind of thing. Is what
Are
I'm
they
saying.
piling the corpses outside? Actually, is there any obvious signs of a dragon attack?
No.
Oh. Oh, really? That's interesting. Any corpses outside? They would not be keeping corpses inside the base.
Yes. So, it looks like they've been tossed out fairly uncaringly at the base of one of the walls, kind of thing. There's also some that were. You're pretty sure they were at the portion where the treants were attacking.
Mhm.
Is there a hole there still?
Yes.
Do you think?
And
the
you do see some
Palazzo
people there. It doesn't look like they're trying to repair the wall, but they may be trying to put up some just basic barriers.
Does Lafdul think in there? Is the risk?
I'm not going in there with they got a detection spell. No, that's why I'm just keeping a distance. What about
What
the
about
window or
Leva's
door that
door?
Lever made?
Yeah, what about Leva's door?
It looks like that is closed. There is no bar on the outside, which I mean, why would they bar it from the outside, kind of thing? But it is closed. That's all you can see there.
Okay.
Ockar might be able to.
I go around the far and the other side.
All right, the wizard
Oh,
holds something up to his face and kind of looks out over the field. It looks like he looks past you and then looks back and points at you.
I run back. I leg it out.
And he calls out. A couple figures on the wall let loose some arrows.
How far
Can I
away
shoot the
were you?
wizard?
100.
That's like 100 to 60 feet, and he can still see me at that range.
He used it.
Spy
If you
class?
noticed, he used an item. He used an item.
Yeah,
The fact that they can still shoot at you at that range is
yeah, that's
If
What's
they'll
your
use
armor
a
class?
longbow, that's-
What's your armor class?
without a shield, I think it's a 3. No, yeah, 3 without a shield.
Okay.
plus whatever.
The arrows get pretty close to you, but not close enough to really be dangerous.
All right.
so they're back in the fort.
Is the wizard still on the wall?
Old.
Yeah,
Is
wizard-
the tree line within archery range of the wall?
It would be a long-range shot, so -5 to hit.
Yeah.
So can Braxon have a go at shooting at the wizard?
I should rephrase. It's long range for a longbow.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
I'm trying to double check.
And I was miles away from you guys.
That's actually-
You said you were
100
staying
100
60 to 100 feet away. That's not.
Yeah,
miles
yeah,
away.
yeah. No, I thought that was out of spell range, but obviously
Well, it
I was
might have
wrong.
been out of some spell range, but keep in mind that a lot of spells are listed in yards.
Yeldan longbow is 140 feet.
Could I
140
let
yards.
off some?
Well, yeah, 140 yards. I mean, medium. Long is over 210 yards.
Right. Well, but see, beyond 210, you can't hit at all.
And you said
So
the
it's-
fort was within 100 yards away from the edge of the fort.
Give or take.
So, could
that'd be
I
medium. So
Well,
what's that, -2?
But you're also talking about someone who's up on a wall, and I mean, I assume you're thinking about the wizard himself.
I'm totally want to try to see if I can take out.
It's gonna be it's gonna be the -5 to hit.
And
What about
see,
magic
and
missiles?
that's seeking.
What's the range in magic missile?
60 yards plus 10 yards to level?
I wonder if I could charge in as a distraction in my plate armor.
Certainly would be a distraction, but you.
I thought I was doing this ahead of the party, like because
Well,
before they even got to the.
Yeah, but by the time while you were doing that, we would have arrived during that time.
but at the same time, you can't see him. You don't know what they're shooting at.
Oh, is he invisible?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
invisible. You see them shooting randomly out, and it's pretty obvious.
Yeldan saw the wizard, which is why I'm like, yeah. He also has a spyglass, so I'd be like,
He's got a
spyglass out.
magical spyglass.
It's
I
not
kind of
magical,
ended
no.
up spacing out for a bit.
I'm like,
Forgot where
okay,
we
I
were.
see
So
the
yeah, if you
wizard.
wanna make an attack, you can make an attack.
All right. I'm gonna make an
-5 to
attack.
hit.
That's an incredibly
-5
long range
plus
shot.
1.
Braxon's got a short bow. How far in would he need to run?
Oh, if you go to run, I'll stop you. Because I got.
Yeah,
plus
no,
one.
I'm just.
I got
I'm
plus
just
1 because the magical arrows. I'm gonna be using my flight. I'm gonna be using flight arrows. They have longer range.
You have magical flight arrows? I thought you had magical
yes.
sheet arrows. Okay.
I have both.
Okay.
It's only 15. No point.
-5 to hit. Because. All right. Let's see if I can hit the wizard.
You might hit someone else.
Wow.
Nope.
No.
It's a good
And then I'll
attempt,
take. I get 2 attacks per round, so
Yeah, but as soon as that arrow hits the wall, he's ducking back down. I mean, he's under partial cover too.
Well, they've got
He's on a
arrows.
wall.
Do you guys want me to charge in my full plate and
No.
shield?
No.
Because they have arrows, and you can just fire to keep the wizard down.
I'm gonna roll arrows.
No, because
Arrows,
we need to
right?
take out that wizard.
So how are we
Lafdul's-
gonna take out the wizard? We can't get to.
That arrow is perfectly intact in the wall.
Yeah, so you can get
If-
it later if you have an opportunity.
Well, how are we gonna get to the wizard? We have to get over to the fort, and we have
No.
no way to do it.
We've got a way to get in. We can pop up out the well, assuming they haven't put a trap on the
Why
well.
would you go up the well?
Only one oh wait, we still got
Because
the
you
wall.
guys get the wizard on the wall, directing our arrows at people. I pop out the well, shoot him with a short bow, and if I can take him out, I can take him out.
They're going to
Or-
be
Then I
all
jump.
over the place. They're
Oh
on
wait,
alert.
we still got that second use of the water breathing potion.
Or
Yeah.
here's something else we could do. We could go back to our ship, fly the ship in. They don't have any ballistas or anything.
That is very true. They have no more ballistas. We could just do
That's
that.
true. We could fly over and send down a hail of arrows.
And
Because we broke all their
Charge the
siege
wizard.
weapons.
Actually, does
The
Lafdul
problem
see
is-
them repairing the catapults?
Doesn't look like they are.
Anyway,
problem
Lafdul's
is-
making himself out of range. from
The
that.
problem is, what can that wizard do to our ship?
that's
It
why
doesn't matter.
wizard is
We rain down arrows on the wizard, or how about this? We have most of the party go back and get the ship, and have 2 guys get in there on foot, and so that we have the ship attacking of arrows, and then you got 2 guys on the fort attacking with swords or
Mhm.
whatever.
And not
Sounds
to
good.
mention we can jump down and stuff.
Providing the Lord of the Lake
think
doesn't
that's
eat
another
us
option.
on the way in.
Fair.
I could transmute the rock of the balustrade into mud.
There's only one place that base is on rock, and that's base. The rest
That's if
is
the
just
spell works. It's a
grass,
higher level.
right? Ald said specifically that there's only one place that would work.
Well, I mean, it's all got to be on rock. I mean, there's bedrock. The question is whether you can actually see it and everything like that. The easiest place to use it, yeah, would be down in the basement, since that did have rock walls.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Get there.
Okay. So here's the question: we couldn't take out the wizard, but are there still people on the wall we can take out? I
With
can't.
a
I can't
-5,
shoot.
with a -5 to hit, and they're under
It's a
cover.
really hard. It's a really hard shot to make. I had a really hard time hitting that wizard.
Yeah.
Let's just go back and get the ship.
If you want to go into the well, go into the well while we're getting the ship. Or like just stay in the well until you hear the commotion.
Well, they'll know that people can get through the well now.
Not
I believe.
necessarily. Nobody
Yeah,
saw
they
anybody
would know.
coming into the well.
No,
No,
they
saw
shot it.
Braxon.
They shot it at Braxon because he went back down the well.
Fair. All right. They
Yes,
might
but
know,
those are dead. The ones that shot the Braxon.
Well, yeah, but the question is, what can they do to stop us?
Cut
The other
rope.
thing is, if they're going to stay in the fort, yeah, then we could get back and do more repairs on the barrel data, or we can go in there and attack them.
Well, I would rather take them out completely.
Well,
don't
do we have to take them out completely? I mean, we got our main target. We could just finish repairing the barrel dart and leave.
I wouldn't feel right leaving the fairies in the situation they have been left.
That's a good point. That's an excellent
Yes.
point. Those
That's
fairies
I
have
say
helped us.
we take them out.
We owe them that much.
We straight up. I reckon we just straight up take them out.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
go back, get our
Well, we
ship,
had
and
to.
bring it
Then
back.
let's go get the ship and fly in because there's no way we're getting to the fort on foot.
Right. So,
Not without getting peppered full of arrows.
can we get some things to drop in the fort? Remember before I was talking about dropping things in. We've used our bombs. I think we've used all
We
the
used
Greek
all
fire.
You used up all the
Lafdul?
Greek fire, and we've used up the bombs.
Huh?
How many things of Greek fire
I
did you guys
wasn't-
use?
We used like
Three.
three.
There was only 3, right?
You used 2, and then you also used my bomb, right?
No, 3.
No,
because,
we
We
Three.
used 3 in the
And
attack
bomb.
because I gave 2 to one person and 1 to another person.
Yeah.
Who then
I
took
think-
Braxton set himself on fire with one. Lafdul set himself on fire with
one.
the other one,
Yeah,
and
Lafdul-
then
Lafdul
Lafdul
said-
actually used one.
Yeah.
Okay, he actually used one.
He
So there's
he
one
threw it
left.
at Braxton. Braxton was invisible.
No,
Lafdul-
you are a
Lafdul
fire
said him-
elemental.
the Lafdul set his target on fire. Well, Braxton messed up, then Lafdul messed up trying to set that one on fire. Is what happened.
It was
'cause I was trying to
glorious.
recover.
It was glorious.
Oh,
And then Lafdul ran away to sit in the lake.
That's a good point, Levas.
And Braxton jumped down the well.
Leva said you're still invisible.
I
You
know
can
I'm still
take the
invisible.
water. You could take the water breathing potion and go into the well.
You just have to stay outside of the wizard.
And he's on the wall right now,
Wow.
looking out, not in.
He was.
Yeah, but who's to
Yeah.
say the well hasn't been boarded up?
They probably
Oh,
covered
yeah.
up the well
Say-
so
Source of water.
Who's to say the well hasn't been, the rope hasn't been jerry-rigged so it'll snap? Or have a
Take
bell
Braxton's
attached to it?
We didn't go up the rope last time.
Yeah, Braxton
used
his
Braxton's
magic
rope.
Yeah, take Braxton's rope.
You really want me to go on a suicide mission?
You don't have
If
to.
you don't want to, don't do it.
Yeah,
You don't have to.
I'm not against it. It's
Who else?
Kind of like,
You just said it was a suicide mission. If you think it's a suicide mission, then
yeah,
refuse.
no, I won't do
Ockar,
it.
Ockar said he'd go, I think.
I'd go if somebody else went with me.
Braxton's a go. He's crazy.
But
Okay.
I'm gonna wait until you guys start bringing the ship around before I start heading in there.
Right.
Okay.
Just we need fire support or arrow support.
One thing I would say is, have we got someone else who's invisible?
No.
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 I thought we had 2 people that were invisible just now.
No, just me. I've got a
Okay.
potion of invisibility.
Yeah,
And
because
Lever's got a potion as well.
Oh, I don't want to drink a potion if I'm doing this because one of us needs to drink the potion of water breathing.
Yeah.
Or the helmet.
Because there's another thing in the potion of water breathing that you drink
Yeah.
part of it.
No,
I've
the
got
only reason
half
I was
a vial of water breathing.
How about this?
Yeah.
Scrap the well plan and just go get the ship and come back.
the
Yeah,
only
I say
reason
we just bombard it.
Yeah.
the only reason I was going to say if we had someone else if we had someone who's invisible, they could harass the people on the wall.
How?
The
How?
problem, the wizard's on the wall, so no, they couldn't.
They've got
Yeah.
to use invisibility.
Whoa, what
Yeah,
happened?
they're
Like
losing
he has a-
visibility.
Yeah, well, it's your mic.
My headphone came unplugged.
All right, can you mute yourself for now? We're getting a lot of background noise.
Old question.
Mhm.
Is it the same distance to forest
Okay, there
and
we go.
water on all sides?
The fort is closer to the water than it is to the forest.
So what, 50 yards to the water instead of 100 yards?
No, it's actually about 100 feet to the water.
Oh, okay.
So we could sort of try and get closer on a boat.
Let's just get the ship.
Yeah.
I don't know
we should
why
just get the ship.
I don't know why we're discussing all these other plans when we've got a perfectly viable ship and they have no siege weapons.
Okay, let's go back. Get the ship.
We're gonna make it as fast as we can.
Okay, but then nobody will go through the well, because
Yeah,
that
no,
will make
we'll
no
just
sense
siege them.
whatsoever. That will make no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
We'll siege them
Okay.
from a ship.
Fair enough.
Well, I'll try to target the wizard and take him.
Okay.
We'll try and target the wizard.
How high, how low can we actually fly? How far away from the stockade will we be?
I'm not sure what you're asking. I mean, you can fly anywhere you want.
No, I think it's like how far away can
You can
What-
get a flying pass.
I mean, yeah, you could do a flying pass, in which case you're talking about making one attack every 3 rounds, I want to say. And you really can't be out of range of them if you want to have any chance of hitting.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Well,
asking.
do we need to do flying passes? I mean, all we've got is arrows.
You can hover if you
we
want.
got the ballistic too.
Magic
that would-
missiles?
That would basically
think-
require closer than, I mean...
That's
So
why I'm
again, it
asking.
depends on how close you want to go and how many, how much of a penalty to attack are you willing to take.
I don't think we want to take too big of a penalty to attack.
Okay, then that also means that they're not taking much of a penalty to attack.
Right.
Although keep in mind that people on your ship will be counting as cover. Some of them will be
Can't we
counting as
just-
cover.
Can't we just outrange their bows and just shoot them with a catapult or ballista?
You could do that, but you're...
I'll take longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and-
they can't fire at us. They're just sitting there.
Right, but they're
wizard
not
might
going to
have
just
something,
sit there and take
But
being
that
hit by
that's
that.
going to take forever.
Yeah.
But that forces them to do something.
Yeah.
That puts them out of position, so it's to our advantage.
What up? We haven't
Well,
been able to,
actually,
to
yeah.
look into the stockade, so we don't know whether there's actually, for example, the Neogi ship that landed, or another ship that landed inside, or would we see that?
You would see from the air.
But not now.
Yeah.
No.
You're
What
chief-
about that
Well,
broken wall?
You
Could
might
we-
see now, but you're not seeing anything right now.
Yeldan looked at it through the spyglass. If you want, he can jump up a tree and have it blow up.
What about the broken wall? Can we see anything through the broken wall?
Not really, because that's at the
That's on
corner of
the
the
road.
building. That's at the corner of the fort where the building is.
Yeah.
Right.
I have one more set of windows that I could attach.
But you have
We
to get
don't
close to
need-
it.
Yeah, you
We
have
don't
to
need
get,
I'd have to
windows.
get close. I'd have to get close.
yeah, it's not
That's
worth
why
it.
I'm asking the distance from the different, let's say, forest and water to the stockade.
No, let's not do that unless we
They
need
would
to.
be able to see us on the water.
That window used before.
Hmm?
Can you take it away?
The
No.
the window and the door, no, you can't take those away.
Mickey?
Okay, fair enough. Because I was going to say we could fill up the hold of our ship with water and then put a window on the bottom of it and rain water down on them.
I have a
But
window.
I don't want a hole in the bottom of the ship. I don't
I
want a
have a-
permanent hole in the bottom of the ship.
It's not a permanent. I mean, you can replace it again. It's not like it's fixed with concrete or anything.
That'll take time to do.
Well, no, but
I'd
you would
rather
have
just-
to cut away the boards and put new boards in. Basically, you're talking about doing a hull point worth of repairs on the ship.
Really?
Yeah.
That much? Okay.
Because you need to take out all the boards around it. It's the exact same as if you got a big hit on the ship.
Okay.
So. we're gonna
Okay,
have
well
to-
let's see if we can pick up anything like a wasp nest on the way back that we can toss down at them.
Yeldan will say that he had no luck yesterday, and the other day he probably won't have any luck today.
I have a wasp nest to be outside the window here. Do you think that counts?
Anyways, I'm moving back.
Yeah, don't forget about me. Lafdul will want to go with the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just moving party token.
Okay, so you get back to the camp, and real quick, so you'd left Higgimus's body on the ship, right? You didn't take him out
Yep.
and lay him out outside.
No, we don't want
No.
him to start stinking.
We don't want him to get eaten and dragged away by prey animals.
We don't want him
Higgimus
to start
one-handed has
stinking either.
returned.
Displacer beast.
Okay, so you get back, and Runthus comes to greet you as you return, and he says, Beloriana has locked herself in the room with Higgimus's body, and she won't let any of us in.
What?
You might be trying to pray. You might be call him.
Can Lafdul do a religion check? I'm the same religion as her.
What are
does she
you
know?
trying to do?
Determine what she's doing.
Well, you can roll a religion check.
Should I do? the
Okay,
same thing,
Braxton.
or-
No, because you're not an elf. You don't have elven religion.
Braxton's going to go down and knock on the door gently.
All right, Lafdul, it doesn't
before that
sound
happens-
like a rite that you're familiar with.
Might be dedicated to the god of.
Would I know if disturbing her is a bad idea?
If it's a bad idea, Braxton's already doing it.
Yeah.
Braxton, you always do the bad ideas.
Braxton, you can
Not
hear chanting from inside. Just one person. You think it's Beloriana's voice.
Lafdul will go with Braxton.
Can Lafdul understand the chanting?
Right. Braxton's going to try and put his ear to the door. Is that Elven?
Yes.
He's going to see if he can work out what she's chanting.
Okay.
And
Can you
Lafdul's with her.
understand Elven?
Yeah, Braxton's got Elven, Dwarven,
So does
and
Lafdul.
Tinker Gnome, the three most important languages in the world.
You got 14 intellect.
Yeah.
He's got one more language than me.
But you don't know how to read or write.
Yeah.
No, I got read all right, but
It's not based
Well,
on
each
intelligence.
language-
It's based on whether you've been taught to read or write. You
Yeah.
don't just know how to read or write.
Yeah,
I
where
can have the only one. It's like Yeldan knows how to read and write Elvish.
where
That's it.
where Braxton grew up, the important skills were being able to dig up vegetables and row to brow without being eaten by scavers.
And
So you're a
maybe
farmer.
Fix up the ships.
So, Lafdul, you're there listening too?
yeah.
Okay. She is beseeching her deity for aid.
What kind of aid? Any aid.
It's kind of couched in poetic, so you're a poetic verse type thing. So you're not exactly sure, but I mean, her deity is the deity of healing and the dead.
So it's possible that she's asking about that.
Braxon turns to... Braxon stops just before rapping on the door and turns to Lafdul and whispers, "Is that a spell?"
Yeah, it's probably best don't interrupt her. She's beseeching her god, and you generally let them pray.
Yeah. Can we go in the
Whatever.
barrel data?
Whatever she's doing, she must have a good reason for doing it.
No. Yeah, but if we take off in the ship, it's going to disturb her.
I will point out
Right.
that as second in command, you probably have a key to this door, Braxon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's locked.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I'm sure all the doors can be locked.
Runtha said that she locked herself in there.
Yeah.
Oh wait, which room is she locked in?
Here's a question. Would moving the ship disturb her?
Yeah, it probably would do.
Well, how much does things move around
Right.
when you're using a
Yeah,
spelljammer?
you're flying a ship, you're guessing it in combat.
Braxon's going to fish out his key and hold it up to Lafdul and put his finger to his lips and very gently unlock the door, pull Lafdul in and
Hang on.
lock the door.
Could Lafdul make a wisdom check to see if that's a good idea?
You better make a quick wisdom check.
Yeah, no, I will. I genuinely will, because I don't want to interrupt it if I genuinely think that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm running.
But the thing is that I'm not going to tell you whether you think it's a good idea. It's up to you whether you
I
think
think
it's a good idea.
I think it's a terrible idea. I think you don't interrupt.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you want to use the wisdom check to determine whether you go with that idea or not, you can do that. Asher has done that a few times with Higgimus. But this is up to you.
No,
Are you
I
stopping
would say,
Braxon?
yeah, I would stop you from interrupting her. I would say just let her chant. This
Okay.
is obviously something important happening.
Yeah.
She might have had a vision, so to speak.
All right.
She might be
Okay.
asking for a miracle or something, you know.
She might be, yeah. Let's go talk to the others then.
So you're
How
leaving the
loud
ship?
have we been? How loud have we been
Not very loud.
when we said?
You're
Could
like,
she have heard that? She's
she,
got
she
evidence.
might have, but she's also chanting, and Braxon was he said that he was whispering to you. I have no problem assuming that you were whispering back because people
I was
tend to
whispering.
whisper in response to whispers.
Yeah. Braxon wasn't trying to disturb her. He was trying to go in and lock the door behind
Yeah,
us.
but even opening the door, observing, you're distracting someone.
Right. So Braxon goes back to the others, and puts his hand out to Runthus and says, "Don't worry about it. It sounds like Beloriana is trying to carry out some sort of ritual that's going to help Higgimus."
Runthus
More like
scratches
she's
his
just-
head.
He can revive people?
Runthus scratches his head and says, "But he's dead."
Yeah,
People can come back from the dead.
I died, I tell Rumpus, and I was brought back from the dead by the power of a deity.
You have never
Not
seen
my
Runthus's eyes as big as they are right now, staring at you.
Yeah, apparently a good bit of these people had died before I even joined. Apparently one of their old wizards blew them all up.
Mm-hmm. He
I
did.
would, you know what? I would actually I would pull Ockar aside and ask him, apart from the party, so no one else could hear, and I would ask him that, what do you think of this? Should we join in and beseech our gods, and maybe one of us will get heard?
Well, I think that she has the better chance of it since her god directly deals with life and the dead. I'm not sure if us joining in will help at all.
No, it sounds good. It sounds good. Why pray to one god when you can pray to three?
Not that Braxon knows this, because
No, he's,
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know. There's definitely an element to people
no,
who
I
are.
have purposely pulled Ockar away because he's the only
alright.
Yeah, sorry.
religious person.
I mean,
enough.
certain gods govern certain aspects better. So I'm not sure if calling upon our own specific gods would help more than her calling upon her own, and hers is more suited for trying to bring somebody back.
I'm gonna go and be like, all right, so hopefully moving the ship won't disturb her because we can ship.
Lafdul would have.
You can forget it. You can forget it. This ship's going nowhere.
Why?
When you pray for a miracle, you don't interrupt them. You're literally asking for a miracle.
Braxon goes and briefs the crew on duty and says, Beloriana's trying to contact the gods to do something about Higgimus. Under no circumstances is this ship moving.
In all actuality, in this situation, Lafdul would actually gather everyone up and he would ask for Ockar as well.
Right, hold on. If this is something that you believe that Lafdul would do, then just say this is what
Yeah,
you're doing.
I'm saying this. I will tell... Lafdul will say to Braxon, gather everyone up and let's all pray for Higgimus.
That's a great idea.
You know.
I guess I'll be praying to the elven deity of nature.
Send our prayers towards Higgimus or send them towards Beloriana.
Yeah, I'll try what I can with my prayers.
Is it worth us getting the rescued slaves?
Everyone. The more power a god has, the more followers it has.
Yeah. All right.
Great.
I think Levo has no gods at all.
Everyone has a god.
No.
Not
No.
necessarily.
Some people can be,
Giff don't. Yeah, Giff don't.
Yeah.
some people can be atheist, so that's a weird thing to be in this setting.
So
Not
it's not
atheists,
so much
just
that they're
not a
atheists
faith.
as they're...
They
So
don't have
well,
faith
you
in the
you can
god.
have those who just don't think about it. And that's essentially where the Giff are. They don't think about it. They don't understand it. It's meaningless to them. It's not smoke powder.
That's why there's no such thing as gift priest.
Their
And
god is smoke powder.
and there are anti-theists, people who actively, they know that the gods exist, but they don't believe they're gods. They believe they're just like, wizards who got really, really powerful. kind of thing, or whatever.
I think like the beings that have power is only as long as people believe they're gods.
Okay.
But so if Leva is non-religious, it's up to her as to how she handles this situation.
Braxon says to Leva, if you're non-religious, we'll put you in charge of the few crew that are going to be on watch. You can watch out for us all.
Okay.
So,
anything you want to be disturbed for?
If
no,
people
let's
Being
just
attacked.
attack us.
yeah. If we're attacked, then call us out. But try and leave the religious people.
Okay.
So Braxon goes and has a word with the slaves and says, "I've got an important job for you guys to do. Our cleric Beloriana is beseeching her god to try to bring back Higgimus. If we can get Higgimus back, we can defeat the slavers and we can get off planet and get to safety. So, any of you that believe in any gods whatsoever, if you wouldn't mind coming with us to our ship and saying some good words to your deity, it might help."
You know Dwarven, right?
Yeah, he says that in Dwarven, and he says it.
I mean-
Is there anyone that's not Dwarven?
Oh, there's
Some elves.
plenty who are not.
Yeah, I
not-
say it in Dwarven and Elven. I go with it.
There's plenty. I mean, you could do common. There are plenty who are
Yeah.
not dwarves. I was just wondering if you knew Dwarven for what they're going to do in response.
Oh yeah, he knows Dwarven.
I mean, you would probably say this in common because you're dealing with a
Yeah.
mixed group. You've got elves, halflings, gnomes, a couple Hadazee even,
Yeah.
and humans and stuff like that. So,
Braxon
But
has
he says it in common, Dwarven, Elven, and Tinkergnome. We need your help.
it's a lot easier to just do it in common because most people know common.
Yeah, he says the whole thing in common, but he
Yeah, and
also
everyone
says,
else
Right, but you
spread
Please
out.
don't.
help us.
It's like saying the exact same thing to people who already heard it the first time,
Yeah.
multiple times. If you're doing it
Okay.
in multiple languages.
Service announcement.
No, not the whole
Please wait,
thing.
please wait.
Not the whole thing. Just the phrase, please help us.
All right,
Yeah,
so
just put your thoughts together towards Higgimus, basically, and that's the premise of it.
the dwarves, they kind of talk amongst themselves real quick in Dwarvish, and then start singing. It's
Cool.
kind of a sorrowful, dirgy song. You think you recognize the name Baranor
Don't-
Truesilver in the words as a name,
Probably one of the dwarven gods.
and they take up a song.
Okay. What do the rest of them do? Because we don't have to go to the ship.
Yeah. Well, this is. I mean, I'm assuming that this is all outside the ship because
Yeah.
you can't actually fit that many people inside.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, I mean, if anyone does want to go inside, that would be something else entirely.
Well, yeah.
The elves and half-elves are taking up a song as well.
I will join in and lead, because being
You're
the only
not
elf
going to go into the
priest.
ship.
No, I'll go with the majority of the elves.
Okay.
Because
I guess Yeldan will join in that one as well.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Cool.
Everyone else just kind of doing their own prayers, kind of thing.
Sure. What's it? Runtus is watch because not a priest.
Runthus is just
Really?
kind of scratching his head. He doesn't really know what exactly is
I
going
shall
on.
join in the prayers to try to bring back Higgimus.
Okay.
We're probably like.
Leva
do
looks at
lead
Dwantus
the
and joins him in scratching the head. Says, let's go and do some work. Let's go and do something proactive.
Aye, okay. He gets he takes a position to watch. All right, Asher, you there? Roll me a resurrection survival check.
Oh, goody.
oh, you don't have. Oh, Leather, you should have been there for alternate reality. God damn it, I forgot about that.
Well, she can still cast it.
No,
No, she can't. She's not there.
It's one
Okay,
round.
you can come
Oh,
and get
well,
me.
that's good.
He's alive!
The good thing
magic
is that
resist.
he had
Magic resist.
like a set. This
well,
wasn't a
Oh,
resurrection
Why
spell.
would you bring that up?
This was
Oh,
not.
the
No,
fact-
actually, I thought about this already. It's not a resurrection spell.
Direct intervention.
So, Higgimus, you
It's a
suddenly
miracle.
take a deep gasping breath, and you find yourself on the ship. The last thing you remember was rather painful neck injury. Seems okay now. The room.
Oh, I was going to say Higgimus would sit straight up and be like, "Oh, my neck."
So now you don't remember anything in between that, and you don't actually you remember that it hurt, but you don't remember the pain. So
Alright.
it's like one of those things where you can't actually remember the pain itself, but you do remember that it hurt. And everything going black, just for literally an instant, and then you find yourself staring up at the ceiling. Beloriana is on her knees, like at your feet, chanting, and then filling the room is kind of a silver light, and there's a kind of a transparent, ephemeral figure of a male elf with long silver hair, holding a shield, standing above the two of you. Now, do you know Elvish?
No, Higgimus does not.
There is a conversation between the two, and you do not know what it is. You cannot understand it. But it is clearly, a question and answer type situation between the two. And then the male figure turns to you and says, I grant you your life back on her request, but know that it will come with a price. I will require something of you in the future.
Oh, he looks like an elf.
He looks like an elf, and you can understand these words. You're not sure if it's common or what, but you can understand these words.
I'll say, oh, I must have hit my neck harder than I thought when I rammed that guy. Yeah, that sounds fair.
Now you owe a god a favor. We're doomed.
Yeah.
You will know
We
when
went to
the favor is
murder.
called, when the duty is called in.
God
Roger.
can make your life. It can take your life.
And then he fades out of view. And Baloriana collapses.
Oh,
Yeah,
goodness.
she would collapse.
Yeah.
I'll kind of look panicked at her and be like, crud, what's Lafdul doing in this situation? I know. I'll go out the door.
It's locked.
I'll go.
Door's locked.
You'll unlock it because I'm assuming you can unlock it.
I think the lock is on the inside.
You would start calling out, and everyone would be like dead quiet.
Yeah. So I'll unlock it probably,
You
and then
don't have your keys on you.
oh, well, I'll just
Aye.
open the door.
Well, I imagine that it's like a bolt lock or something on that side that you can
Yeah, she
undo.
locked the door from.
All right. Yeah,
that
actually,
side.
that's fair. It's it would be a bolt rather than a key lock on the inside.
Okay.
mean,
Yeah. So I unlock the door, and I yell, Lafdul, could you come over here for a minute? I got some questions for you.
Lafdul looks
Everybody
like
goes deadly silent as they hear his voice.
Lafdul's like absolutely gobsmacked. He's just petrified.
Like, oh wow, that actually worked. Yes, I think.
Lafdul's like suddenly has a lot more respect for his deity, and he
Higgimus?
rushes. He runs over actually now.
Ockar's gonna
Braxon
run
comes
over
in
it.
and Braxon comes in and
No, hold on a second. Now, you have just heard the voice of your dead friend speak out. And yes, you know that resurrection is possible and stuff like that, but you also knew that Baloriana was not exactly an incredibly powerful priestess.
Ockar's
Would
gonna
you
run
really
over and
just-
hug Higgimus.
Do that, like, he's still inside the ship, keep in mind.
Well, I was
His great
on the-
booming voice echoing out of the ship, calling
Yeah,
for
I'm
Lafdul.
running over to where I heard the voice from because I plan to hug Higgimus if he's alive.
Yeah, Yeldan's
No,
shot.
Lafdul runs past Higgimus. He's checking on Valoriana. He's like, oh. What happened to Valoriana? I look.
You're alive!
Higgimus will kind of turn to him and be like, yeah, there's some sort of floaty elf guy with a shield. He had a bunch of silvery light around him. Him, Bilori, and I were talking. I don't speak your language, so I don't know what he was talking about. But anyway, he got done. He talked to me. He said that I was going to owe him a favor. I said, yeah, that seems fair. And then he disappeared, and then she fainted. And I opened the door and yelled for you because I figured she might need some seeing after.
Braxon comes in and stares at Higgimus.
Yeldan's kind of.
Lafdul.
Higgimus will look over. He's not really seeing this as like him being dead. He's kind of got look over and be like, "What?
You died," we say.
Yeah.
You were
You-
dead
you were
for a
dead.
while.
Well, it looks like it got better."
Braxton takes Higgimus's ring off and gives it back to him and says, "I was just boring this. Now you're not dead. You probably want it back."
Thanks.
I had to murder the cleric that killed you.
Hang on, I want to see if that cleric's still alive or just comatose.
Oh, you mean
Baloriana?
Baloriana.
Yeah. Valoriana.
Roll
I
a
assume,
healing proficiency check.
I assume she's just comatose.
She is comatose. Absolutely comatose. She is breathing very, very shallowly.
Ooh, yeah, you're gonna. Have
I
to
would
look
say
after
that
her.
I would have to stay with her.
Well, that means we'll have to deal with Lafdul with. Remy.
So, Higgimus.
Oh,
we-
Braxton.
Lafdul, you're still invisible.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, good news,
Uh,
Higgimus.
What was I thinking?
Hold on. some of the things that happened already would not have worked if Lafdul was invisible. So
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if I lost invisibility. I would probably cancel it.
Okay, so Higgimus, good news, we saved the slaves.
Okay.
Bad news, we need to go back and finish off the slavers.
How do I feel? Do I need to sleep or something? I haven't come back from the dead before.
you feel great.
Oh,
hit points.
okay. Oh, yeah.
Higgimus,
Yeah.
all your spells in order?
No,
What?
he'll need to rest to regain his spells.
So we were
Uh.
planning to fly the ship to go and attack the fort again since all the defenses are down, but
You got the slaves out, right?
the slaves are
Right.
safe. They're
But
outside right now. We
yeah.
were also working on fixing up the barrel darter so we could use that to help transport them back to Brawl once we're done here.
What I will
Braxon-
say, the party that we might have got Higgimus back, but the ferries have still been captured and stuff.
They
so
weren't
something-
captured, were they? I thought
They
they
were
were just
killed,
no.
attacked.
No,
They
they were
were
killed.
They were killed.
Yeah, there haven't been any captured.
The thing, we owe it to the fairies for helping us for taking.
Yeah,
the rest
we need to
So
take them
we
out,
were
but I-
thinking about taking the ship, flying it over the fort, and bombarding them with arrows.
Braxon's staring at Higgimus's neck.
Huh?
It's not broken.
Yeah,
Seems
Lafdul
okay.
gives an odd look at Higgimus. He goes over and pokes his neck a bit. Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. Okay.
How,
you're as good as new, apparently.
the
Yeah, just like
gods
when you
have, the
hear me
gods
with
have
one of your
shown him
spells.
their favor. That is how I will. That is how he is back to us. They have shown him their favor, and we will probably owe them a favor later.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
The guy told me that.
Yeah, you
Self
have no idea how lucky you are.
Oh, okay.
This happens like once every
Who's
1,000 years or something. That somebody gets this lucky.
Oh, she's devoted to her cause.
Well, if you say so.
What Lafdul will say to the party is that we need to give her something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna
Something
get a sizable bonus
worthwhile.
out of our next paycheck, I think.
All right. I will think on that then.
Because she saved you.
Yeah, it seems like a
Well, it's her
personal.
deity.
For
I'll ask you
now-
some questions later.
For
about
now,
that,
your
level.
best bet. I mean, you don't think that she's dying, Lafdul, with your healing proficiency check. She's comatose. She's unconscious.
Yeah, but someone still needs to stay with her, though, I assume.
Does she need a healing potion?
Some of the female slaves volunteer to watch over her.
Let's put her on the barrel darter.
Yeah, that'll keep her safe instead of being on the ship that's going into combat.
That's fair.
Thing is, you party wants Lafdul to go with him, but Lafdul really doesn't. Lafdul wants to stay with Valoriana, not partake in the combat.
That's fine.
But what do you think Valoriana would
Hey.
want you to do?
Valoriana would want you to
I
fight.
feel like, yeah,
Valoriana would want you to get revenge.
She's unconscious and she can't heal anyone.
yeah. I suppose I'm the only healer left.
She would want you to be there to make sure that we don't die.
Don't worry.
Yep.
You don't need to worry about healing. I got plenty of potions of healing.
Wait,
I think
why are my
I
pockets
look at my
empty?
Oh,
Lafdul,
no.
Lafdul begrudgingly hands back the potions. Oh, you might want these back.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Leva has one of the healing potions as well.
Is that from Higgimus?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was from Higgimus.
Okay. Here, have your healing potion back.
Yeah, we had to take a lot of your stuff off of you so we could get you on the ship in the first place.
well, Thanks for
Rumpus has
tagging
your
me,
sword, right? And
How does Rumpus react?
He's gobsmacked. He is at a complete loss for words.
Lafdul says there's more to the world than smoke powder. I know it doesn't mean much, but still.
He gives you a really odd look. Like, what is wrong with you? What kind of crazy talk are you making?
I'll just say to the Rumpus, it's just like when they cast the healing spells to make your wounds go away. It's just like that, except I don't know.
Ah, yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Makes sense.
They put a little bit extra powder into it.
Oh yeah. Not like when you want the good boom out of your arquebus. Yeah.
Okay,
Especially if it
whatever
blows up
you
in your
two
face.
say. Can we get moving now? Once we have her on the other ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Alright.
repairs on the Baradar would have stopped because we're taking the whole crew.
I
we
mean,
need
some
to
of
take-
the dwarves and elves and humans can do basic stuff.
Yeah,
How
they
do
can.
they all react?
I will be
They're-
sure to tell them thank you.
I mean, they're amazed at. I mean,
They've literally
Yeah,
witnessed the
Braxon.
miracle.
they're impressed
Right.
by you guys. Number one, because you guys busted in, mostly alone. But I mean, with the help of 2 ambulatory trees and some pixies, and rescued them. And it's to a certain extent just more of more amazing stuff than.
Basically,
Yeah.
we're legends to them now.
Braxon drags Higgimus outside. There's a lot of people praying for you out there.
Yeah.
We better take you out there, and you can let them see what their work has done.
Their cheers. Not that they really know who you are, because most of them really didn't. I mean, they saw you a little bit. You broke some of their chains.
Yeah,
broke their
he
chains.
broke all of their chains
But
off.
it's not like they got to know you or anything. But still, they're they get the feeling of going on. What's going on.
Like,
Everyone's
yeah.
happy.
Woo. Okay,
Well,
can we get going?
I'll tell them thank you, and all the due courtesies. Appreciate you. It's kind of weird for me too. I appreciate you guys. Your words or thoughts, prayers, and all that. It seems it worked.
The,
To me, it doesn't
Braxton,
seem like
Braxton
anything
interrupts
happened,
and says, and songs.
the
Song.
dwarven song has turned into much more cheerful. And Higgimus, do you know Dwarvish?
He does not. He knows Goblin, Giff, and Common.
Okay, fair enough. So those of you who do know Dwarven, which may only be
Uh-huh.
Braxon.
Braxon and Lafdul.
Oh, Braxon and Lafdul. Okay. You think that this is actually a drinking song, but some of the words are changed slightly.
Whatever works, Lafdul says. Whatever works.
Okay, so you guys are gonna get ready to take off
Yeah.
in your wasp.
Okay, so Braxton lets
How long did that take?
the freed slaves know we're going off to try and take out the slavers.
What's left?
If
of
we
them?
can, we're going to recover one of the weapons to put on the barrel data. Those of you who are well enough, who know what you're doing, if you could carry on with the repairs, and we're going to leave Beloriana in the care of some of you, as she's just expended a lot of energy arranging for God to come here and carry out this miracle.
The slaves nod and quickly get to work, and you get good luck cheers and stuff like that from them. And the mood is definitely livened up quite a bit.
I'm glad that you're back, Higgimus. I was hoping that I wouldn't have to go through the Viking funeral I've been planning for you.
Huh. So this is all weird for Higgimus, because to him, no time really passed. So, and he wasn't really dead to himself. So, yeah, he's just going to be like, yeah.
Let me know when we're moving.
To him, this is kind of just like what happened when you got hit with that slime. All those.
Oh yeah,
months
when
ago,
you.
I
Okay,
guess.
jelly.
the
You
jelly.
mean the water element, the illusion water elemental?
That too.
You got
Bra-
knocked right
Braxton.
out.
And wasn't there also the illusionary Verbeeg?
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
don't think
that
knocked him
too.
out, though. I don't think that one knocked him out though. It came close.
I don't know. I think it
Also the
knocked him out.
fireball, but that didn't kill Higgimus.
No, that
Nah,
didn't
that
touch Higgimus because he rolled magic resist on it.
Braxton follows Higgimus around, catching him up with what's been happening, what happened in the parts of the attack that he wasn't doing, in between staring at his neck.
So the wizard got away, and now he's leading a bunch of people inside the fort.
Yeah. And the wizard has some sort of item that allows him to see invisible people.
Oh, poor Lafdul.
And that's what got picked too, which is why we're
Yeah.
going. They might. The
Okay.
other people might not have been able to see them, but there's at least 20 of them.
So you were
So-
able to. Oh, what was I going to read? So you had made a plan that we're going to use the ship to do an aerial attack on them.
Yeah.
Since I've been out, how much longer do we have estimated before those for that slaver ship comes? The temple
Any-
ship?
Any day.
Could be coming in time.
We know.
I'm not
we know
really
what type of
im-
ship it is now too.
Am I familiar with what a temple ship is?
Or we know.
Well,
the name.
I will put
What
it.
was it?
I will put it this way: it was literally only this session that Braxon's
actually-
player put together what it was. I kind of expected him to do it a lot earlier.
No, I thought we were told before.
You were told it was a
But-
temple ship, but he only
Okay.
just now in this. This is the very first session that he said a barge of Ta. I have been paying attention for that.
Yeah.
It is literally the first time that was mentioned.
Okay.
Most of
So
the other
what is
people
this?
don't actually know that terminology. But I mean, you've been on ships before, so yeah. If Braxon says it's a barge of Ta to you, you would be like, oh yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
You might
Doesn't
not
necessarily
know,
know
how many
that
people
you've
it
been
can
on one.
fit, but
Oh,
Or really
I
seen
don't
one close
personally
up.
know what that is.
I mean, it's a temple ship, former temple ship.
Oh, okay. So, what's that thing look like? As far as, well, I guess I would kind of know what that is.
It's a broad, shallow vessel that's built up in the stern. Basically, is what you know.
Okay.
But
it's so it can only land in the water, right?
Also gets called a battle barge.
Did the dragon ever show up?
New.
We didn't see it.
We didn't see any damage.
Might show up now.
Showed up.
So now that we got you back, Higgimus, the other thought was that one or more of us could pop up out the well.
I wouldn't go in the water if I were you.
Yeah. Oh, because the dragon turtle might eat us.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
we
that's
don't know what the
something.
dragon is. Higgimus, tell us what it is.
Yeah, I'll say exactly what it is. This is well, I'll describe it. It's a large turtle. Do you know what a snappy turtle is? Does Higgimus know what a
Yeah.
snappy turtle is?
probably not.
Probably not. All right, it's a large turtle, spiny, big beak, shoots out steam. It burns really bad.
You say rubbing your backside a little bit.
So it's like it's like a dragon fused with a turtle.
Just a really huge turtle, yeah, with a steam
That might
breath
explain
thing.
why it never attacked, because the fort was on land.
It's
Turtles
got fins.
are generally very slow on land,
Oh yeah.
but they can be quite quick in water. I wouldn't want to be that ship that might get into land. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Has Higgimus been on a barge of tar?
No, but he probably.
And
I've seen
he's never
one.
seen one close up.
Never seen one close up. Okay.
You may have seen one. I have no problem with. I mean, you've been around for a while. Braxon, you may have seen one too, but neither of you have seen one close up.
Mm.
Okay.
So off we go then.
Yeah. So I suggest we finish this up. It might be a thing that we might want to stick around just a little bit to see if that ship comes in and see if it gets busted up by that dragon, and then see if we can't grab. Hopefully, it doesn't destroy their helm, and we can grab the helm.
That might not be a bad idea since we.
Anyway,
back
that's
up
here,
and
neither here nor now. So we can continue on with your plan.
All right, so you guys are gonna get the ship ready to take off. Are
Yeah.
you gonna like skim over the tree line to get there, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Probably.
Come
a
in-
good
Probably,
idea.
come
yeah.
in low.
Okay.
Kind of idea. So they won't see us until we're like right on top of them.
Real quick, Old.
Mhm.
Those small globes, the catapult shot that we have.
Yeah.
Can those just be dropped and still have the same effect?
I would say no.
Okay, they have to be shot.
I would say yes.
Okay.
And we
But
got
we can use them
ballista.
on the Paradarter then as well, because we're gonna grab the catapult.
Right.
Okay.
But they won't be useful right now. That's what he was getting at.
Yeah.
Could use them right now. No. I would say that just dropping them would probably not put enough force behind them to utilize the magic.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and even so, like
Darn.
magic tends to quote unquote know when it's like being fired and stuff like that. So, like if you had an arrow that exploded on hit, you probably couldn't just like poke someone with it and have it explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would Higgimus know that?
You are familiar. I mean, you don't know the details, but you have almost certainly been told that when it comes to magical ammunition, it needs to be shot.
Okay. That
Some-
makes sense.
Some types of magical ammunition are not common, but common enough to be taught about,
Okay.
and you've gone through that kind of training.
Definitely with the shots. Okay, cool.
All right, so
Right. Is there any sort of improvised weapon we can make that we can drop on people?
The only thing.
well,
did you
Higgimus
use all
isn't
the
dead
great fire?
anymore.
Yeah, we can drop Higgimus on people.
Well, no, I was saying
Uh,
Higgimus isn't dead anymore, so you can't drop his corpse on them.
Higgimus is alive and well.
Let's just go. We
Well-
don't need any.
No, I'm wondering if we could drop a bag of rocks or something.
I mean,
On
that
someone.
might function kind of like Grape Shot, but Grape Shot is generally more of use against flying creatures with wings.
Yeah.
And so far as you know, there weren't any in the group. And
There's
Yeah.
one more thing, Greek fire, by the way.
That-
There is one more thing, Greek fire.
that
one
might
more.
work, but it
We
might
can chuck
also
that overboard then.
it might also depend on what you hit and stuff like that. Remember, you left some books. there.
Drop it on the wizard.
Let's throw that at the wizard.
Does
Oh,
Yeldan have a good arm?
I have a good aim.
Yeah.
Yeah, but throwing range is really, really short.
Can we launch it with the catapult?
You
We
don't
don't
have a catapult.
catapult. We have a
We got a ballista.
Oh, okay. Then I have something else we can use. That I let Braxon borrow. The sling
Oh,
staff.
this staff thing.
Yeah, I mean,
How-
you could
what's
use
the
that,
range
but
on
you'd
that?
also be taking penalty to hit. Mind you, that might be better than a throwing penalty for range.
Mhm.
Depends on the range.
Yeldan
you're
will
at.
use a sling staff to throw it.
Yeah. Did you guys figure out what all that stuff that we got did?
We figured out some of the potions.
No.
No,
We
you
don't
have
know
not
what they
figured
do
out
for
some of the
sure.
potions.
We figured out nothing.
Okay.
We
Cool.
got more- we
I
got
figured
more
out some of the damage on the barrel data while the others
Because we don't have the time to set up to have identifying
fussed
spree.
about it.
And no one is willing to taste them.
No, Lafdul did say a while ago that he wanted to sip some of them, but I got overspoken, so I just let it slide.
Well,
Oh, Braxon.
Nobody
Braxon would
wants
get something
to
to sip as well.
die.
No, I'll do it.
it's a little bit late now, unless you guys actually want to sit down and like do that, as opposed to
Yeah, we already done a bunch of
Move.
bookkeeping.
All right. No, let's go kill these
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so what route do you want to take with the wasp to get there? Just kind of like,
I'll use the token.
well, no, just use the measuring tool. And Higgimus is back alive, so he is the
Yeah. So no, I don't want a director. So we're right here, right?
well,
No, that's the bear dardo. Where
yeah,
our token.
you're up there. It's fine.
Okay. So we're right up there. How about fly around?
You could use the
Oh.
Use the arrow.
Yeah, I don't have the.
That's
Oh,
good.
Who's
like
flying
that?
the ship?
Yeah, so
North.
like that, and down here, and come out this way.
So basically
That's
along
good.
the other river.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, then we can be below the tree line then.
And do you want to like kind of hover right above the river? As you come
Yeah,
in?
sounds good.
Okay.
Yep.
So they won't be able to see us coming till right there.
Okay. So you get. So in that case, do you want to go around and by the swamp, or do you still want to go in between those hills?
In between the hills.
I said in between the hills.
Okay. All right. I'm just checking. All right. All right. So you get everyone set on your ship. You know, all of your crew who are not actively flying, you know, helping with flying, working on the rigging and everything like that. They've got their bows and arrows ready. Are you bringing Runthus along?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd want to go along.
He's the guy who mans the ballista for us.
Right, but again, that may be a question of whether you want to leave him back just to be on the safe side. That's why I'm asking. So, but if you want him along, that's fine. I'm just trying to.
We need Runthus. We need Runthus, unfortunately, to make an assessment on these weapons.
That
Yeah,
is a good
that-
point. All right. Well, that's why I'm asking these things. Okay.
I will
so,
definitely ask the dwarf guy to stay behind, though.
Keller?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, Felleran is also going to stay behind.
Less NPCs you have to back up. That's fine.
Yes, that's part of it. But also,
Yeah, we don't need Kenneman.
the range on his arrows is substantially less than the range on any of yours, so he doesn't feel like he'd be much use shooting from a ship. So,
And besides, he helped keep watch for the slaves,
Yeah.
for the freed slaves, to give them warning to run.
all right. So,
Yeah.
you guys take off. You fly between the hills, and you
Can we have
go ahead?
Runthus actually fire the ship's weapon?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
if he's
We
with you,
approach.
yeah. I mean, if he's with you, you can. But we'll do that when we actually get there. But yeah, he's standing by on the weapon essentially.
Yeah, and we'll have archers as well ready.
Yeah. All right, so you get above the trees, between the hills, and come down and start flying along the river, just like right above the river. And we will leave it there and find out what happens next time.
Yep.
As you're getting ready to
It's
attack.
getting,
Time.
this game is getting so much like a Republic serial.
I know it, and it's not even just me setting it up that way. It's great.
It's just the timing works out.
I love it. I love it. It's so good.
Cliffhangers are great though, because they leave people wanting more.
Exactly. And what's better than that? And see, for people watching it on YouTube, it's just like a couple minutes away, you know. Or if they don't
Yeah.
even care
Yeah,
about
no.
how much experience points you guys are getting, they can just hit that next button.
Yeah, if someone's already in like 2019, or
Yeah. Well,
they just
We've been running this for a while
barreling
now,
through
so-
these.
well, I mean, there's a guy watching right now. I'm getting the he's making comments on the videos. He's blitzing through them right now. So, all right. That is going to be.
Hello,
Yeah,
guy
that's a
watching the
viewer
videos.
guy.
Well, I mean, you know, videos
I know he's
get
got a name,
views, but not that many comments. And he's making regular comments on as he's watching, which I very much appreciate. All right, so let's see. All right,
I want to know how many. Ask for
100 experience points for everyone.
Cool.
the.
50 extra for Leva. 50 extra for Lafdul, it gets divided between. And
Aw.
200 extra for Braxon.
Wow.
You did a lot
No
of
extra,
good
no
role-playing.
extras for Higgimus.
He was
I got to come back
to
alive.
life.
He came back to life.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Not
Did he
everyone does that.
no.
200.
But
It's
Well,
got to be the best bonus I've ever got.
That's
Did he get the
Four-
XP from
four
when he
members of
went
the
from the
party now.
combat and the quests and everything?
I told him to put it down,
Yeah, he did.
just to be on the
So-
safe side.
I guess he's still 400 away from leveling, or 300 now.
Well, less.
Oh darn.
Oh wait, is that level 6 for Higgimus?
It would be.
Oh god. Fighters are leveling up that much fast. So that means you what? Wait, fighters level up at like 30,000, right?
32, I believe.
I have like an extra. Jesus, Higgimus has a lot more XP than me. Oh wait, he dealt with the Lord of the Lake. That's right. Never mind.
You might have a prime requisite bonus as well.
No.
Yes, he
right,
does.
I don't have.
Yeah,
that.
so he's a fighter. Prime requisite is strength. I mean, I'm not sure, but I think he may be above 16. Don't quote me on that.
I think we all know what his strength is. All right.
Yeah, I still have a long way to wait because I had to get to 36,000, and I'm at like 28,000.
Well, and I mean,
Same here.
you're way behind everyone else because you're a newer character. So
He's caught up with me.
caught up in level, but
Sorry.
not in experience.
I
Experience-
don't
it's-
understand how.
It's 25,000, not 28,000. Whatever.
Oh, never mind then.
I don't understand how the 0.67 of an experience point that you gave me months ago, despite being multiplied every week,
I
is still 0.67 an experience
I
point.
didn't give you that.
Yes, you did. You gave me
Yes,
it for
you
a lame
did.
joke.
You gave him that for a lame joke.
Oh, so did I? I guess I
I
wasn't
said- and I
expecting
said-
you to write that down.
I said, I'm totally taking that, unless you tell me not to.
Well, the problem
But,
the problem is that you only, I mean, you get 10%, and I generally give 25, increments of 25. So,
Yeah.
generally, like if I calculate out monster experience points, and it comes out to 61 experience points each,
Mm.
then I basically just like round that up to 75.
Oh, I'm talking about roll 20 here.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
Roll 20 just multiplies 0.67 and gets 0.67.
Oh well, I don't. I can't comment on that.
Yeah, I have the same, but with 0.3. The last, I don't know how many times I've now had 0.3 at the end.
Right, but I
What,
mean,
what did you get the 0.3 for?
I didn't. It calculated itself. It sort of. There was a time when it multiplied the numbers after the full stop, and at one point I just cut it off, and after that it got to 0.3 at some point, and it stayed there ever since.
Well, I mean, if you have a prime requisite and you're including the decimals, then anytime you get 10%, there's a chance to get like 0.1
Yeah.
or something like that, or
Yeah.
0.5.
Yeah, but
More likely.
it should not stick. It should not stick to 0.3.
Don't look at me. I don't.
Yeah, it's a roll 20 issue.
Yeah. I mean, you can
Anyway,
always
thanks.
you can always just drop it if you don't want it
Mhm.
anymore. And if it's just been sitting there, you can always just drop it, round it down
No,
to the whole number.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm keeping that 0.67.
All right.
Just in case there's someone else with the same experience points as me. And
Sorry,
we
Lafdul's
have a
probably
sort
lost
of.
like 100 or
Yeah,
so.
but I've got 0.67 of an XP more than you, so I win.
I've had loads of fractions. I've just not been adding them up because I got to divide my XP.
Well, and I mean, you're the one who should be keeping track of fractions because all of your experience gets divided in half every time.
Yeah.
Of course,
Are
we
it gets
still live?
divided in half, and then for one of your classes multiplied by 0.1.
It's just
Are
really
we
fun.
still alive?
Yay, multi-classing. Yes, we're still live, but I'm going to be wrapping it up. I want to thank
Thanks
you all
very much for the game.
for watching, and everyone I want to thank everyone for watching, and I want to thank you guys for playing. It is
Yeah,
nice
it's
to
been a
have
lot of
Higgimus
fun.
back.
Yeah.
Mind
Yay.
you that another death is not going to be so easy to come back from.
No.
Just saying.
Not.
I'm wondering why you gave him that out.
Because he wanted to come back, and it was in the middle of an adventure.
Uh,
And I had a way to do it. I mean, if you guys were alone, it was just your party. Yeah, no. I mean, you guys could have tried praying to your deity, and I would have rolled a flat thing for it. But see, also, now Higgimus has to do an upcoming adventure that I write. He has to do it. And if the rest of you are like, no, don't want to, then he has to go off and do it on his own. Or he dies.
Well, we already own the Elven Church a favor, so what matter does it if we owe an
No,
actual
you
deity?
already owe them 3 favors. But this is
Is this the
specifically
same
for the
deity that
No,
raised us? Because I know it was
No,
Rod
no,
of
no.
Resurrection, but who imbued the Rod of Resurrection?
that wasn't a specific deity. You don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
At that
Hey,
point,
it's
I
an
mean,
artifact.
at that point, well, no, it's not an artifact, but I mean, at that point, anyone can use it who can use it. Like, a priestess of Lolth could take it and use it. You could take it and use it. Ockar couldn't because he's not a priest. But if he was
I'm
a
gonna
priest,
get
he could.
priest spells eventually.
Right, but it doesn't. You still can't use priest magic items.
yeah. Same with me. I get priest spells eventually, but I can't use the item.
Right. So any priest can use a Rod of Resurrection. Once it is created, it is not restricted to a specific deity.
I just need to get like 4 more levels, and then I can actually cast priest magic.
It's
So I'm in the same boat here.
Now, I do want to point out that because no one else was in that room, I had this in my head, a whole little conversation between Beloriana and her deity that she'd be going through, and you'd be knowing, you'd know which, like Lafdul could roll a religion check to see if he recognized the deity and stuff like that. And you guys just decided not to go in, so...
Well, to be fair, it was getting close to the end of the session anyway, so...
Always making me, think that I'm going to need to do extra work, and then it's for naught. So sad.
Well,
Anyway,
if we
I
See you
blame
guys.
Lafdul.
See everyone next time.
Except when you actually try and do something and then we just sort of go past, or when you don't do it, then we start to inquire into details like names and age and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry.
I think he was trying to end the show.
I am.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now I am doing so.
Segue.